Welcome to Lagniappe, a program about events, issues, and people. I'm Cory, Crowe. I'm joined today by Megan Wilkes, the director and choreographer of Bright Star, and Chandler Beard, who plays Alice Murphy in the play. Welcome. Thank you both for being with us today on Lagniappe.
Thank you for having us.
It's good to see you both today, and let's talk a little bit about Bright Star. Megan, what's it all about?
Well, Bright Star is a musical that was written and composed by actor and comedian Steve Martin.
Like King Tut, Steve Martin, the funny guy?
The funny guy. You never would have thought, I never would have thought this would come from him.
This is serious, right?
It's serious. It's something different than what you're used to seeing from him. But he's a big banjo player, and that's kind of how this got started. So,
Chandler, you play Alice Murphy. Tell me, I know we don't want to give this thing away because it's like a cliffhanger. But tell me what you can tell me. Give me a synopsis of the plot.
So the story, Bright Star, follows Alice Murphy, which is my character, and it goes back and forth between two time periods: the 40s, when she is a successful editor of a newspaper, and then back into her childhood in the 20s when she's 16, and she experiences something traumatic as a young girl, and then you kind of find out later in the story how it comes full circle, and it includes a lot of other characters, of course, in the beginning and in the end.
And it's a story, Megan, you said, of love and redemption.
It is. It's about love, forgiveness, tragedy, redemption, finding things that your heart desires all after 20 plus years. So it resonates, I think, well. It's a story that should be told in our area. People, I'm sure, have experienced or know people who have experienced this before, and it's based on or inspired by true events. So it's wonderful. It's beautiful.
The story, we're in the 40s, and then we flash back to the 20s, but where are we set?
We are set in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina.
And that's where the banjo comes in, I guess.
It is.
Tell me a little bit about the plot. Is something that it's got some, I guess, traumatic parts in it, and it's probably not the best for little kids, is it?
It's not. I think that would be the only disclaimer, is that one scene that may be a little much for a child, but maybe they wouldn't understand it. But I think as the show as a whole, I think it's very entertaining. It's beautiful. I mean, it's not just.
It's not a deep, dark, sad,
right,
gloomy story. There are moments of things where it's like could be triggering or traumatic, especially to someone who's not going to understand what's going on and why. Like you said,
if they've never seen the show, Act 2 explains everything, and Act 1 ends with big questions, and
right.
Some people may not
get it.
Yeah. So please stay for Act 2 to see how it ends.
Yeah, it may make you mad at the end of Act 1, and then
it
all comes together at the end.
Right.
Steve Martin teamed up with somebody else. Who is the co-writer on this?
Edie Brickell.
Edie Brickell, like the musician Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians?
That is correct.
And this has been done before in our area.
It has.
By the youth folks over at SYAA, but now the adults get a crack at it, and you've got a huge cast.
I do. There's about 22 to 23 cast members, not including the crew as well. But I actually worked on this production last summer with SYAA. I was the choreographer, and that was my first introduction to it. And I immediately fell in love with it. As I said, the story, the music mostly, the music just sucked me into it. And I was on the committee for selecting shows for the season at Strauss, and I said, we have to do this. This is one I want to do.
That is pretty neat, and for folks that want to go, you opened last night for the patrons, but you opened tonight for the general public, right?
Correct. Tonight's our first opening night.
Chandler, tell me about the process for this. What got you involved in this one, and why did you think this is one you wanted to do?
Well, I'm a second soprano, borderline alto, and so, I mean, just to be honest, like hearing the songs from the show and feeling connected with the character of Alice Murphy. I've only done 2 other shows at Strauss, and the 2 other characters that I played, in the moment, I felt connected with those characters, but they were kind of like silly and funny, and crazy Amy I played from Company, and I felt like in a way attached to them, but this has been so cathartic as a mother myself, and like being able to connect with the just like the real life moments of this show. And so I was so excited to audition and so honored to have been given the opportunity to play such a big character. And she is just really special. I'm really just excited to be able to do it.
I will say, to add to that, our rehearsal process of this, I don't think we had, especially the last couple of weeks, one rehearsal where somebody, or not all of us, did not cry. I mean, it's just so, and Chandler just, she just kills it. She knocks it out of the park.
Thank you.
The play is going on at the Strauss, and you've got a weekend run this weekend. I want to ask you, what's coming up next at the Strauss?
So our next production is The Last 5 Years. Auditions have not been set yet, so be on the lookout if anyone is interested in that. And we also have a Christmas concert coming up. It's a very bluesy Christmas with D.K. Harrell, and it's for one night only on Friday, December the 22nd.
The Christmas and the blues go together really well.
They do.
Because it's a happy time for a lot of people, and it's a sad time for a lot of people, too.
Right.
It fits together well. Chandler, the play opens to the public tonight, 7 p.m. What time are you running Saturday and Sunday?
We actually have a Saturday matinee, which we haven't done in a while. So the 2 p.m. Saturday matinee, and then additionally Sunday at 2 p.m. We have a 7 p.m. on Saturday.
So 7 o'clock tonight, 2 and 7 on Saturday, 2 p.m. on Sunday. And where do I go to get tickets?
You can go to StraussTC.com or call the box office at 323-6681.
That's Megan Wilkins, director and choreographer of Bright Star, along with Chandler Beard, who plays Alice Murphy. Find out more about this and other events by visiting our website at KEDM.org.